in the first stanza we have seen where the wish of the poet is to live along with the animals, that he could turn and he could live with the animals. The reason he gave that the animals are quite placid, means calm and peaceful and satisfied. And how do we come to know that? He keeps on observing, he keeps on looking at the animals for long and long time. Now let's move on to the second stanza. It goes like this. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. No one is dissatisfied. No one is demented with the mania of owning things. So they do not sweat and whine about their conditions. They do not sweat means here complain. They do not complain or whine. Here the word whine means to cry. They do not cry or complain about their conditions. Whatever the God has given to them, they are satisfied. They do not complain. As being a human being, we just keep on complaining. We keep on crying. Whatever the things we are getting, we are never ever satisfied. The best example for this is the first chapter of your this textbook, that is a letter to God. Do you remember where a lencho, a farmer who is asking for the help from the God, he is asking for 100 pesos. Finally, he received 70 pesos. But what was the human nature? That he doesn't stop there. Rather than thanking God or being thankful to the God, what he said? He complained to the God that next time don't send the amount with the postmaster. They are the crook. Here he is not satisfied that finally at least he received 70 peso. For that he should be thankful to the God, but he didn't be thankful and he just complained. That is the human nature. So that's the reason that poet feels that they do not sweat. Who do not sweat? That is the animals. They have been used for the animals. That animals do not complain, do not cry about their condition. Whatever the condition is there, as the lencho was facing the problem, so he started crying or he complained to the God and he wrote a letter that he need a amount. But here the human beings, they never ever complain or never ever cry whatever the condition is. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Now, they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Yeah, especially the people, those who are doing wrong deeds. They are quite wealthy, they have all luxurious or materialistic things, whatever they want, or whatever the human beings or the normal person wants. They are having all the luxurious item, all the materialistic things. But there are certain people, as those who have earned this wealth by the wrong deeds, by the wrong doings. So for that they can't sleep and they awake, right? They lie awake in the dark, that they keep awake. They wake up in the dark and they weep. Here also the meaning of weep is to cry. Here the scenes means bad deeds or wrongdoings, right? So they keep on crying in the dark time where nobody can see them or where nobody is going to watch them. At that time they keep on crying for the sins, for the bad deeds, right? They do not regret, actually they do not regret for whatever the thing they have did, but they really cry because they don't have any other choices. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. No one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Even they don't keep on discussing their duty to the God. They don't tell the God that what is their duty or what the God is supposed to do. Many of the movies are there, or many of the things which you have seen where the human beings are asking the God or telling the God that it is your duty, you are supposed to give me this. After giving also they keep on asking for the things. Even being a human being, or normally whenever you guys visit the temple or wherever your worshipping place is, what do? You just ask the God for whatever you are liking or whatever is not with you. You never ever thank God for whatever the things He have given to you are never ever satisfied. This is the what the life we are actually doing it. So no one is dissatisfied. Where? In the animals. Being a human beings, we are never ever satisfied. But the animals, they are satisfied. They are not dissatisfied with the God's duty, or they never ever make the God sick. And not one is demented. Now, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Demented means mad or disturbed. With what? The mania of owning things. They are crazy about owning things to earn that materialistic things. They are not, nobody is mad or disturbed about or crazy about owning the things, to be the person to own that things. No one is that much crazy to own the things. Whatever they are having, they are satisfied with that. They are not crazy, they are not mad or disturbed to earn the things, right? Next stanza. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Yeah, not one kneels to another. Kneels to means to bend down or to bow down, right? To bow down and to show the respect. Especially the 1,000 years ago, lived 1,000 years ago. Who used to live? Kings and the people, the subject, whosoever are in his place, they are supposed to kneel down, they are supposed to bend down. Reason to bend down means to show the respect. If you are the low, from the lower category or from the inferior ones, you are supposed to bend down, supposed to bow down and to show the respect to the superior ones. That used to come from the 1,000 years ago, that is from the king's era. The people, or the best example, the Britishers, they treat us as a slaves. The Britishers treat the others as the slaves, and the slaves are supposed to show their respect by kneeling in front of them or bowing in front of them, to bend down and to show the respect, as the inferiors are supposed to show the respect to the superior ones. But in the animals, who is the king of animals? Lion. Have you ever seen the lion is organizing a party and he is the superior one and he is asking his other inferior animals to bend down or to show the respect? Neither, never ever. The animals, being a lion, he is supposed to do the hard work to get his prey, right? He is not getting the ready-made platter. If he is the superior one and he'll get the ready-made platter, no. Everyone is supposed to do the same work. If he wants his prey, he is supposed to work hard for getting his prey, whosoever it may be. So, not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. And over the whole earth, no one is respectable or unhappy. Especially now here, the poet is talking about the animals. You see, all over the earth, no one is unhappy or respectable. All are equal. All are supposed to do their work. All are supposed to do hard work for getting their prey. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possessions. Now, evince means to show or to reveal, right? Now, that is the reason that no one is unhappy over this world. So, they show their relations to me and I accept them. What relation they are showing? They show their relations means they show their love. They show their affection towards me and they bring me tokens of myself. Now, the tokens here means the qualities, love, right? The qualities, or especially what is the human quality? Previously it was the love. They bring me the tokens of myself, they evince, they show, they reveals them plainly in their position. They plainly show their qualities as if they belongs to them. The qualities which belongs to them. So they show their qualities, they show their love, they show their affection towards me and I plainly accept them. And they show whatever the qualities they are showing it to me, They show as if plainly that qualities that loves belongs to them. It is the ownership. They are the owner of that love. They are the owner of that quality. They show me that in that sense. I wonder where they get these tokens. I'm wondering, I'm surprised, I'm shocked that where they got these tokens, from where they brought this qualities, from where they brought this love and affection. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Negligently means unknowingly. That unknowingly did I pass it to them? Did I drop this qualities long back time? Did I pass this qualities, this affection or love to them, or which fall unknowingly, which have been dropped by me unknowingly, and that same thing have been collected by them and now they are passing it to me. So I'm not knowing that did I pass that way huge times ago. So whatever the qualities which were the qualities which I was the owner of that qualities long back, now that same tokens, that same qualities, that same love and affection have been taken by them, and that same they are passing it to me. The best example, just make a habit to give the biscuits or some eatables to the animals, especially the dog. After sometimes you will find that the dogs are going to lick you, or they are going to show the love and affection. Whatever you are going to give them, they are going to give you in revert you will get the same love and affections from the animals. That is the reason the poet Walt Whitman feels that the animals are more better as compared to the human beings, and that is the reason he's saying that I could turn and live with the animals. He wants to turn and live with the animals. So this is the poem where the poet is willing to live with the animals rather than being with the complicated and false creature known as human being. Hope you get the poem. Stay tuned. We'll meet with the next poem or the next chapter. Bye bye. Stay safe.